everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today's video is all about answering the question that I keep getting hit with. Is it too late to sow poppies? Well, yes, I think it is. If you live in the southeast, if you're in zones 6 through 8, the time has passed. You just need to wait again until next fall. If you live in cold places, you can still sow poppies because your summers aren't as extreme as we have in the southeast. You'll be able to grow poppies through the summer. Here we can't. The poppies melt when it gets like over 90 every single day. So in the southeast climate, you need to sow your poppies in the fall. That way they can germinate with cold stratified soil. They need to germinate in place. They do not transplant because they develop a taproot. Remember, poppies have to be directly seeded on the surface. They need light to germinate. And I think the main thing that's gone wrong this year for myself and others is that they were sown in the fall and we were quite dry. And usually, late fall, early winter, we get a ton of rain. I don't ever have to drag hoses around in November and December. This year was an exception. And there are areas that I didn't water well enough and the poppies germinated, but now they've disappeared and they're not going to come back. That's not how they work. They're an annual. Like they go to seed, you germinate them, they grow out, and they flower and go to seed again. They don't like miraculously go in and out of vegetative states. So if your poppies germinated and now you don't see them, I'm convinced that it's because it got too dry. So note for all of us next year, if the fall is warm and dry like it was this year, you're gonna have to supplement, irrigate when you direct seed. Now, I sowed poppies last year as an experiment in like late February. None of them germinated, period. So I am not gonna waste my time doing it again this year. If you wanna try, by all means, you should try. There is so much that you can learn from just doing stuff and taking note and recognizing whether it works or not. I won't 100% have the answer for you because everybody's garden is different. But from my experience, February poppy seeding is not really going to lead you down the road of happiness. Now, I do have a lot of poppies at different stages because this year I started sowing as early as the middle of October, long before we had frost. Those poppies look amazing. So I'm adjusting my recommendation now. If you go through your beds and clean out the summer stuff, before frost, you can sow poppies in October and they'll do great. I've sowed as late as the first week of January, and those are all just starting to germinate now. I'm a bit concerned that they won't be flowering before we get super hot and they'll actually melt, and then I won't get to enjoy them. So you see, there's a window of time for getting them to grow that also matches your, late spring, early summer climate. And here in Central North Carolina, Zone 7, we're usually in the 90s every single day, starting in late May, all the way through October. So the poppies don't like that climate. Now, if you live in a colder place, you'll be able to grow poppies through the summer. You can do a spring sowing successfully. But that is not the situation for those of us who are gardening in the hot, humid southeast. So let's just take a quick stroll around the garden so you can see the various stages of what the poppy seedlings should look like. And hopefully this video will be a good resource for all of you who are a little frustrated with this experience. So I want to start right here on the north side of this fence where I direct seeded poppies directly into the 1 cubic foot bags of soil cube. No, nothing got mixed in. This is just straight soil cube. And look at the germination. It's great. Now, I'm a little bit concerned that these are still so small because these didn't get done until the beginning of January. And It's just, we're just gonna see how they develop over the course of spring. I'm hopeful that these will grow out to fruition and flower before it gets so hot that the plants melt. But again, it's an experiment. I'm just really pleased to see that there's poppies germinating in these bags. These bags are really rocking. These bags are filled with soil cube as well, but because they're fabric bags, they dry out a lot more. And I am not watered. And you can see the germination rate is much, much less in comparison to in the plastic bag. So I know the plastic bags aren't necessarily pretty, but you know, I just poked drainage holes in each of the corners. You know, this is just to show what you can do in different ways. And you know, I just constructed this out of pallets so that you don't see the bags so much. I think this is actually a pretty cool experiment. I grew tomatoes very successfully in these bags last year, but I'm really curious to see how the poppies will end up doing this year. So again, I want to show you the difference between self-sown poppies, which are much bigger. Look at that. You know, compared to those tiny seedlings that I had just done in January. Self-sown means these seeds hit the ground last June when I was harvesting the seeds. And so they germinated when the soil temperature was correct. Like when it was getting cooler, I'm thinking these probably germinated sometime in October. Again, nice big rosettes. At this stage, these are very drought tolerant, but because they're in a bed, they're getting enough nutrients and water that I'm not really having to do anything to these. They're very low maintenance. Now, in contrast to direct sown, we have these super tiny babies that I sowed again in the beginning of January. I put down this cattle fence to prevent my cats from digging in here because, gosh, open dirt, they roll, they dig, they're totally obnoxious. But you can see how tiny these little seedlings are. And this is an area where I started to realize the drought situation. If we don't get rain at least once a week, I do need to set up a sprinkler to keep these watered. Otherwise, they'll dry up and disappear and die. Up here in my foundation landscape bed, where Sophia is on vole patrol, though all she does is make a mess. She never gets any voles, but she's very dedicated. You can see the holes that she's digging. I'm sure the voles are in here eating any remnant tulip bulbs. That's why I went with daffodils. But back to poppies. Okay, I sowed this on my target date, Black Friday. It's the day I learned from Nancy Goodwin when I was an estate gardener at Montrose. That was always her aim, to get the poppies sown on Black Friday. And the poppies are considerably larger. You know, they have true leaves. Now, sure, if I had come through and thinned, they might have bigger rosettes, you know, like here. But I learned also from Nancy that just let nature take its course. Don't thin them out. It's not always to your benefit. Again, I lost quite a few in this bed, though there are still a ton, because this got dry. And this was really the bed where I started to realize, oh, yeah, we're not getting enough rain. These seedlings aren't going to make it. They aren't as low maintenance as you thought they were. So, again, this is what poppies look like sown on Black Friday. Now, this is an exceptionally happy stand of poppies. And these, I think, were done more like in the beginning of November. So you see they are much larger than the ones that were sown on Black Friday. That's because they have a couple more weeks that they have been growing in the ground. So, though Black Friday's always been my recommendation, I might start saying, hey, you could start sowing your poppies as early as the middle of October, provided you clear the space from all of your summer gardens. Remember, they need light to germinate, so you can't sow the poppies and then walk in the bed to clear stuff after frost. You actually have to have the beds cleared out beforehand. I was so excited when I saw the poppies that had germinated in the wave because I've always wanted this to be a barley poppy combo. And this is one of those areas that I didn't water, and none of the poppies are here now. They all were germinating. There was great germination actually, and I did not undo the hoses and sprinkle, and this got dry, and the wave is, you know, raised almost 12 inches. It's like a mounded bed, and so it dries out a little bit faster than some of my other areas, and those poppy seedlings did not make it. So you aren't alone. If you're experiencing like the sadness of poppy loss, I'm right here with you, okay? I mean, I feel it. I feel it. I can share your angst. Well, I said there were no poppies, and as soon as I said that, I looked over here and I see a few. It's mostly larkspur right here, but here are poppies. But there's not very many. Considering this is an 800 square foot bed, it looks like I have like 10 poppies. It's not gonna be the field of my dreams. Here is the bed that I sowed in October. And there's no questioning, these are super healthy, really wonderful. This is gonna be like one of the best beds in the whole yard. It's really a small area, but nevertheless, it'll be high impact. And again, I cleared this entire bed of all the summer stuff and made it open, and then I sowed, and once the poppies germinated, I lightly added just a tiny layer, like a ½ inch of triple shred hardwood mulch. But remember, poppies need light to germinate, so don't sow the seeds and then mulch over it. You have to wait until the seedlings germinate. So I just want to say first, it doesn't bring me joy to hear when anybody fails with growing poppies. You know, I'm making these videos with the aim to explain better how to grow them so that everyone can have beautiful spring displays. And so I'm sorry if you haven't had success. I hope this video can be helpful and shed some light so that next year maybe you will have better germination and ultimately be able to grow out these beautiful plants for a spring display. And I appreciate you all watching, and I appreciate your feedback and interest in this subject, and I'll definitely continue to provide updates in my weekly garden tours, so be sure to stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.